Hi, I'm Melissa Fuller with Shape of the City. I am here at the Orchard and I'm here with Skylar Lynn. We want to learn a little bit about the Orchard and the Wellbeing Initiative. So can you tell us what goes on here?
We are a peer-led drop-in center for people with mental health challenges. And our mission is really to provide a space for people to build connections, to feel a part of a community, and to build the support network that's really important in maintaining mental wellness.
Perfect. So the Wellbeing Initiative is the nonprofit, correct?
Yes.
And the Orchard is the program and the location?
Yes.
Would that be the best way to explain it?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
We have 3 programs, the Orchard being our main program and the first program that we launched. We've been around for about 2 years, but we also have a warm line and a training program.
Talk about the type of people that are coming through the Orchard.
The Orchard is really unique in that we have such a wide variety of people who come through the Orchard. We do have a significant population of people who are living out on the streets right now, clear up to people who have so many different experiences. We've got people with PhDs, people with different degrees. We've got people who are stay-at-home parents and families. We've got people on disability. It's just such a wide range of people who come here and look to either give back or provide support for each other and just really walk along that journey together.
And talk about the peer support part of it. How does that work? How is that different than somewhere else that people may be accustomed to thinking about?
Yeah, sure. When it's peer support, it's all about walking that journey together as equals. It's about building a mutual relationship that is beneficial to both people in that relationship and using that relationship to foster wellness. It's not about giving advice or telling people what to do or even suggesting how to achieve recovery and how to achieve wellness. It's more about just meeting somebody where they're at and walking along with them.
What sort of support do you give as well for resources or who you may partner with in the community?
Yeah. We really want to be kind of a hub for resources. There's so many resources available in Lincoln, and sometimes that's overwhelming, especially when you struggle with anxiety or getting out and making those connections. So we want to work as kind of a hub to help people make those connections with resources in the community. We partner very closely with Centerpoint. We do a lot with their homeless outreach program in getting people into those programs and providing the support while they're waiting. Sometimes that waiting period can be really difficult. We also work with Lutheran Family Services, Catholic Family Services, with Touchstone, several different of the organizations here in Lincoln. We help bridge that connection for our members to be able to get in touch with and get through that application process to take advantage of those resources.
Walk me through where we're at right now and give me an idea of what goes on here.
Our space is set up, it's fairly open. We really wanted to maintain kind of a coffee shop / art gallery kind of vibe. So we do have a lot of art on our walls. All of the art in here is created by people with mental health challenges. We partner with the F Street Rec Center and Artists on the Edge and get to display a lot of that art here. And we also have several support groups that do some art-based activities as well. So that all gets displayed in here. And a lot of it is people coming in just to meet each other. We play games. A lot of people will sit around playing cards. We put together puzzles. We have 2 computers that people have access to be able to create resumes, look for jobs, and even just check their Facebook. We have a couple of people on staff who are able to help with some basic computer skills so we can help people get set up with email addresses if that's not something they're familiar with. Which actually is very helpful in applications for jobs these days. And we also have kind of a resource table that has a lot of our bus schedules, pamphlets from different organizations around town. And then we have a room, our training room is next door where we have our support groups and activities like our movie nights and jam sessions.
Why is a program like this so important in Lincoln?
We are creating a space for people to connect with other people in a way that is healthy, that does not exist anywhere else. Our members in our community are people who have found a hard time fitting in other places and building really healthy connections with each other. And they have the guidance of peers who have learned a little bit more about relationships and some of those skills needed to build an authentic connection. And that's modeled here every single day. So people who struggle very much with building a healthy connection can come here and see what that looks like and get to explore that for themselves.
To have a friend is ultimately to have somebody there for you, have your back, so that people aren't so alone, correct?
Absolutely. And I remember even when I was going through my own therapy and in therapy for myself, he told me that it was absolutely imperative for my recovery to have a support network that he said was 5 people deep, to have at least 5 people that I could count on when something came up, when there was a challenge. And I didn't have that at the time. I had nobody. And that difference that it just made for me to actually build a support network, it is incredible the difference in your own recovery that just having a few real friends makes. So our community of people who have been for years struggling to stay sober, to stay clean, to stay in houses, to keep their employment. With so many of us, that is made a lot worse by not having a healthy support network when things get really tough. And that's what we provide here, is a space to build that healthy support network and for people to come and say, you know what, I'm not sure I'm gonna make it through today without a drink. And have somewhere safe to actually say that out loud and get the support that they need and hear that they're not alone. And the difference that makes in being able to stay well is really amazing.
Okay, so let's say you're someone out there that thinks maybe you or a family member or someone you love could benefit from this. What should they do?
Really, it's just a matter of walking through the door. We are not based on referrals. You don't need a referral to come in. You don't need a diagnosis to come in. All you need to do is really acknowledge that you have some lived experience with mental health and come in, and we greet everybody as soon as they come in the door. We want to say hi, make sure everybody feels welcome, and then really just kind of find your place. We are always looking for volunteers. We are a volunteer-based program, so our staff is all volunteers. Our support networks are all led by people who have lived what that support group is addressing. So we have like a bipolar support group, we have a women's support group, we have it's called anxiety. We have an anxiety society support group that addresses anxiety, and all of those groups are facilitated by people who have these struggles. So anybody who is looking to be able to use their experiences and their worst days to make somebody else's worst days more tolerable, come on in and we'll see what we can set you up with.
Any other last words you'd like to share with the public, or any other ways people can help?
A lot of our art-based groups are based on donations, so anybody who has art skills and who would like to share those skills with us and with our community by showing people how to do specific things, or have some of those markers, papers, pens, and glue sitting around the house, we could always use art supplies. And other than that, it's just time. Like I said, we are volunteer-based, so anybody who has the time to be able to walk alongside somebody else in their journey.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.